Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whichever the case may be. We are talking today about intersecting lines, and it is part 1. We're in Unit 6, Lesson 4, talking about a lot of geometry topics. Two angles are complementary if the sum of their measures is 90 degrees. That means if I draw two angles and one is, say, 50 degrees and the other, say, 40 degrees, they add up to 90 degrees. So complementary angles might look like they form a 90-degree angle. You might get something like this, right, where you have a 40-degree angle and a 50-degree angle. You might also have two angles that are not touching at all. They do not have to be part of a 90-degree angle. So you might have something where you have, say, a 40-degree angle here and then a 50-degree angle over here, and you could still say that those two angles are complementary, even if they're not touching or using the same vertex. So complementary if their sum is 90 degrees. The complement of 30 degrees is, well, if I add 30 plus what equals 90, the complement would be 60 degrees because 30 plus 60 equals 90. What is the complement of 100? That's actually not possible. You cannot have like negative angles. So we would say that it is not possible to have a complement to 100 degrees. Two angles are supplementary if the sum of their measures is 180. So same idea. You can either have two angles that when you put them together, they make a straight line along the bottom, or you can have two angles that are not touching or connected at all. So the supplement to 50 degrees is a number that would add up to 180. So the supplement would be 130 because 50 plus 130 equals 180. Now, some people say they have a hard time remembering these. So in order to remember them, what you will often see is the C in complementary makes up the 9 in 90 degrees. Or you might see that the S in supplementary makes up the 8 in 180 degrees. And those are just meant to be mnemonic devices, ways to help remember. What is the supplement of angle 1? So supplement means that they have to add up to 180 degrees. So for example, angle 1 could be the supplement to angle 3, or angle 1 could be the supplement to angle 2, because either way they end up with a straight line along the bottom. So let's say the supplement of angle 1 is angle 2. Those two will add up to 180. The supplement of angle 8 could be angle 6. Notice next to each other, they make a straight line, or angle 8 and angle 7, which are under the straight line. So let's on this one go with angle 8 and angle 7. So different pairs of angles can add up to 180 degrees. There can be more than one correct answer. A transversal is a line that intersects two or more lines in a plane at separate points. So in this diagram, the transversal would be line R. It's cutting across the two lines S and T. In the figure above, line R is the transversal. Vertical angles are angles that have the same vertex, whose sides are opposite rays. So vertical angles, I also sometimes refer to them as scissor angles, because if you were to open a pair of scissors, you would have like the part where your hands open and the part where the blades open, and they're in opposite directions. So in this case, vertical angles, like one pair of vertical angles, could be angle 6 and angle 7. Another pair of vertical angles, you can see the other pair on that same vertex would be angle 5 and angle 8. If I look over here where line R crosses line S, 2 and 3 are facing in opposite directions like scissors, and the other pair 1 and 4. Corresponding angles are angles that when two lines are cut by a transversal are in the same position with respect to the two lines in the transversal. So this is a little bit tricky, like it's a little wordy. So corresponding angles, I could say, for example, angle 1 and angle 5 are corresponding. They're both in the upper left corner, one on the left point of intersection here and one on the right point of intersection. So angle 1 and angle 5 could be corresponding angles, so both in the upper left corner. The upper right corner would be angle 2 and angle 6. The lower left corner would be angle 3 and angle 7. The lower right corner is angle 4 and angle 8. All right, so now we've got alternate interior angles. So angles that are interior, meaning they're both inside, and alternate, meaning one above, one below. So alternate interior angles. In this case, interior means between S and T. So picture lines S and T being like the northbound and the southbound highways. Interior angles would be things that are between the two highways. So in this case, we could say angle 2 and angle 7 are alternate interior. 2 is above, 7 is below the transversal, and they're both inside the highways. So alternate interior angles. So angle 2 and angle 7. The other pair inside the highways, angle 4 and angle 5. One above, one below. Alternate exterior angles, the last one, and it makes the same sense, right? Alternate means one above, one below. Exterior this time means outside of the highways or outside of those parallel lines S and T. So in this case, I might go with angle 3, which is below. Notice it's on the outside of the highway. And then over here, angle 6, which is above the transversal, but on the outside of the highway. So I could have angle 3 and angle 6. I could also have 1 and 8 on the alternate, one above, one below, and exterior outside of the highways. All right. And that's all I have. I've run out. I thought it was 2 pages and it's not. So there's also going to be a copy of these that you can refer to digitally, and always go back and look at the highlighter. That's a big help, I think, for me, is to be able to see a visual instead of focusing on all of the numbers on the page. Have a great day.